pre-incarned right before the key starts, what do you do next? What do you do next? Immediately shift out of bear form so that when you go back into bear form, you start with an iron first stack. And I know I'm going to wild charge and go back in right in midair. This is my first pull of Rookery right here. Oh, and we start the first pull with a tier set proc. I gather from range. I immediately thrash as they walk in. Oh, this is going to be big damage here. This is the big damage right here. All right, we can pixel stack the mobs. Boom. Sigil of Chains. And now they're pixel stacked, which is perfect for my team. And then we just blast. Absolutely blasting damage here. This is huge damage. I'm not going to say my War Stomp because we don't need my War Stomp here, but I Lunar Beam again. Boom. Big damage. Huge bear damage. If I had better trinkets, I would do so much damage. I want better trinkets. My trinkets are so sad. Like, literally, they're so sad. It's actually terrible. Because I start this key with, you know what, this trinket does nothing. I start this key with 0 stack, so on the first pull, I'm literally playing without a trinket. Because it doesn't stack, it doesn't go that high. Right? It's sad trinkets, yeah. And then we gather from range. And then we thrash. Right? This pull right here is actually the hardest pull for me in the dungeon. I probably take the most tank damage on this pull, just because we've committed all our cooldowns on the first pull, right? I'm going to be a little bit dry. We want to make sure that no cast goes off during the storm, so we're going to put my Vortex down. I'm going to Typhoon, right? And then I'm going to watch my own health here. I'm going to Frenzied Regen right now. There we go. My Docs. I'm going to Health Potion as well, because like I said, this is the only pull that I struggle on. It's basically the actual only pull. That Rage goes off, no problem, because I have a Soothe for it. Better to kick the Thunderer than the Rage guy. And then we have to... I will not chain. We have an Assassination Rogue. I'm being kind to my Rogue, right? He dropped a Hearty Feast for us, and in return, he gets restells, because otherwise I would just chain this guy. I would just walk into the next pack right now. But we're going to take our time finishing this guy off so that my Rogue can get his restelths. It's kind of sad. I'm not going to lie. Also, hello there, Docs. All right? Please don't dox me. Here we go. I Thrash, right? And then I get the first kick here as I walk in. I incarn a second early. I go like this. 1 kick is fine there. I kick the Rogue here. 2 on the Rogue. I kick. And then I just do damage. I have my Vortex in a second. Boom. Pixel stack them. That's beautiful. That's a Sigil of Chains right there. People think the purple class is the only one with Sigil of Chains. That's on the Rogue. I'm a little bit scared for him right now. I'm going to kick this one on the Priest. But Demon Hunter is not the only one with Sigil of Chains. Bear also has Sigil of Chains. Pixel stack the mobs. Easy for my DPS. I'm going to stop this next one. We have the Hodge on it anyway, so we are good to go. And all good. Have I? Okay, I'm glad. I think Bear is a blast right now. I genuinely think... Yeah, Lucky Lee, did you not see my Sigil of Chains? I'll show you again in 20 seconds. Lucky Lee, did you not see my Sigil of Chains? I have a Sigil of Chains. It's true. If you position your Vortex at the right angle, right? I'm going to immediately soothe this. Boom. If you position your... You're wearing a blindfold? Okay, I'll do it again in a second, okay? Oversent to Frenzied there. I did not need to send... Right now, watch this. Ready? I don't need to group this, by the way. But I will say, Sigil of Chains right now. I'm going to SI right here. The original one was better, okay? I'm not going to lie. The original one was better. Also, I appreciate your dedication to your class fantasy. You're wearing a blindfold. And you play Demon Hunter? Oh, this makes sense. Some things are just right in the world. And that's one of them. All Demon Hunters should wear blindfolds. In fact, most of the Havocs that I have played with specifically wear blindfolds in my pugs. I don't know if you knew this. But almost every Havoc player that I have pugged this season with wears a blindfold for sure. That's true. Because they die to like every ground effect. It's so sad to not chain this. Is that why? So you're saying that your blindfold is tighter because actually you do not die to a lot of ground effects. There are very few Havocs that somehow just don't end up dying to things. Watch the Sigil of Chains, right? Boom. Sigil of Chains. Look at that. Pixel stack. You see that Sigil of Chains right there? That's it. I'm going to innervate my healer here. Voila. We definitely overlap stop. So now we have to be careful of defensives. Okay. If that's 2 on the rep pally, I kick 1. And I have nothing left, so we have to actually help this. Good night? Okay, good night, good night. We're good. Last one. Last one. Good. Not on the same target. We're fine. Voila. I do not miss double sigils, because if double sigils still existed, then bear tank could not be played. I don't feel like I'm griefing my keys by playing bear. I feel like I'm actively helping my key by playing bear tank. I told them I would plant. Before this key started, I told them I would plant on the first boss. So they're all expecting me to plant, which means that we can stay. And hello there, guys. We are going to own this 15 Rookery. We've got it. We've got it. Can't lose from here. Ba-bam. Do you think Brew has a chance late season? Unless they buff it or redesign it? No. Unfortunately, Zedhead, no. Right? Yeah, no. The double sigil was the most egregious tank mistake that they ever made. It wasn't even fair. It's not even, it wasn't even remotely fair, man. The double sigil is no. That was actually so bad. It doesn't matter if you could live, it didn't matter if you could do damage. The amounts of control that you had with double sigil and before they nerfed the CDR on the sigils was just actually wild. Like it should not have ever existed in this game. It was fun if you liked VDH. And it was actively unfun if you did not like VDH. I will say, our single target damage is really not good. The reason this key feels like we're gonna be close on the timer, even if we play really clean, our single target damage is low, right? That is true. I remember. We did do the 20s. I was on my Prez Evoker. You were tanking. We got very high up there. That was after season 4 too. Season 3, we were doing like 29s and shit. Yep, the keys were high. It was powerful. Sin Rogue with low single target. Yeah, it's not like super low, but he just sent his Deathmark and his Kingsbane. So, you know. It's just a little low. It's not the end of the world, though. Yeah, last season was tough. Last season was really rough for tanks. I don't know. You know, they could have just solved that, by the way. I know what they were trying to do. I just cannot believe they did it because it was very misguided. But last season, all they had to do is nerf the white hit damage of mobs. Like, it wasn't even the tank busters that was the problem. The mobs were just fucking meleeing you for literally your whole health bar. And you had to have defensives. Demon Hunter tank was squishier than a DK DPS. That's true. Kind of true, actually. It's kind of unfortunately true, yeah. I innervate my healer. Yep. I mean, it was just... Hi, T-Muck. We are doing a 15 Rookery right now, and I'm kind of dancing around. Like, I think this boss split, I want to check the boss split that we're having, but our single target feels very low. Blizzard said we're going to rely... Yeah. Whatever tank change they were trying to make, please, just this season is good. This season feels right for tanks. This season is so much better for tanks. I'm so excited. I was so excited to tank. I did the PTR, and I was like, oh, I'm so excited to tank this season. This is the right level here. Right? We're fine. Our timer is good. Like, 0 deaths at this point. Like, our timer is really good, but our single target is just a little low. Because this boss split here was how long? Let's find out. Grimbatol, yeah. I'm never going to miss that. 3 minutes, 50 seconds? Not like the longest boss split, I guess. We're fine. 3 minutes, 50 is cool. All going to get this bird over here. Perfect. And then we're going to go down here. And this is the Giga... Oh, I hit this thing. It's the Giga min-max of being able to come down here and then do this, but I was behind. So I'm slower than them. Here we go. Ready? No wasted time here. We don't have time to waste time. We don't have time to screw around. We got a key to time. I'm gonna get this far kick here. Cool. Right. I'm gonna incap this. I'm gonna sigil of chains. Boom. Easy sigil of chains. And I war stomp this. Perfect. No overlaps on the casters here. I decurse. Good. I watch my damage intake with Incarn. Easy. ID Curse. Many globals to help the team. My damage is kind of irrelevant. It's not irrelevant completely. I still do good damage, obviously. I did 3.5 mil there, but, like, it's not... My damage is relatively irrelevant, though. This feels bad. Like, do I chain right here? Like, this is... We're just losing time. We're losing a few seconds to this. Which might matter at the end. But, like, with the Assassination Rogue, it's so bad to not let... He loses a lot of damage if I don't let him re-stealth. Like, a re-stealth is pretty big for him. I got the Moonfire off? No, I didn't. He'll come in a second. Cool. I don't want to line of sight my healer. I'm sorry, Kig. I missed the one Moonfire there for a second. I had to go back. Don't hold cooldowns, because we are going to need to blast. We have Lust coming up on the next pull. I think we're good, though. Healers are the only play you haven't really played. Healers this season... I don't know. I've healed this season a bit. I think it's fair. I think the last boss here is terrible. I think the last boss of Rookery might be one of the worst healer fights they've ever designed, and I don't know why they did it. It's anti-fun. It doesn't serve a benefit. Like, nobody likes it. It's just literally anti-fun. Okay, so I can just... We don't have cooldowns. I should not chain this. The next pull is hard. We do not have cooldowns. We'll have Bust Up, because CDR, and we'll have Wings in a second, and Reckoning. Do you have everybody to keep? I click some skills. But I have it bound. I just don't... I don't rely on it, because I find that my timings of things are better, and I just can fill things better. If I'm doing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, is always clicking, right? Never a dull moment. And then from here. So right as this gets pulled, we're going to have all our cooldowns. Just remember, also all defensives. I'm going to Vortex. I get my kickoff. Good. Sigil of Chains. I'm not going to die here. I'm going to stay in. I'm going to stay in. I'm going to taunt this. It's okay. Bear is so immortal that I can actually just plant there for a second. I'm going to War Stomp now. Good. Big dam. Big dam. Big dam. Very solid dam here. We're going to back up this way. Going to ping where we're going. We're backing up for our melee. I'm going to innervate my healer right now. And he's good. Perfect. Nice job. So I like to... it's basically my personal playstyle, but a lot of people have said that my personal playstyle is super weird, Chip. A lot of people have mentioned to me, they're like, wow, you play so zoomed in. Like, why do you do that? Or you do this. Like, why do you do that? I don't know. I honestly don't really have a fantastic answer. It's just habit. I've played like this for so long that I'm just used to it, honestly. Like, it's just that. It's just actually, like, habit. I've tried to play zoomed out before because I was like, oh, maybe that will help me, actually. And I swear I immediately played worse. Like, I played worse almost immediately. Let me go get this debuff from the mage. I got it. Bark is up. There you go. I did that once. Last season, I was really bored, so I started doing challenges. Like, I started basically removing pieces of gear just for fun because I was actually that bored. And I did challenges like that. This season, I might do some challenges. Like, chat can vote for a piece of gear for me to take off. It could be any piece. Could maybe except weapon on bear. But it could even be borderline a weapon. Right? But basically, like, chat votes for me to remove a piece of gear, and then I have to do the key without that item level. Or something like this. Okay, on the rep pally here, and then we play hot potato. I make sure I'm stacked on my rep pally, and I take it back. Thank you. I'm not going to die here. Easy. Incarn is just spam the frenzied, and you won't die. So I could do first person. The other hard one, by the way, is not just first person. Okay, who's it on? I immediately pay attention. I'm going to be on the mage here. We're going to dodge these together. There you go. Oh, he went to the other side. Okay, I'm going to get my pally now. And then I'm going to pass this to my healer, probably. It's going to my healer. He knows it's on him. It's weird that Oracle Disc actually uses mana. It's like a weird thing, actually. Because Oracle Disc Priests actually go Lunar Beam. The next double I'm going to have SI for. Okay, who's this on? Immediately get ready. I'm going to roar. Cool. I'm going to be on my pally. I pass it from my pally to my rogue. Or my healer. It's fine. Cool. On the rogue here. And then I take it back. And then when I take it back, I SI. There you go. because I'm gonna have the debuff on me, so I'm gonna take 300% extra damage. But as long as I defensive it, then I'm fine. You just have to be aware. Timer is very chill right now, so we cannot lose the time. Even if the last boss does take quite some time, we're just gonna make sure my healer has full mana. Really important that my healer has full mana. I'm gonna pass this to my mage. Not the pally, not the pally, not the pally. Bubble, 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 bubble. He's bubble. Okay, thank God. I'm gonna defensive myself here. And the mage went away. I was stacked on my mage, but then the mage went away. It's okay. He also got the pain sub. All right, I'm gonna innervate my healer. Just innervate healer on cooldown does help. It does matter because like he is going so innervate actually for Oracle it feels a lot better. I could just send Incarn right now. No point in holding. Okay, taking it, taking it. Oh, stop moving so much. Melee gamers, I swear. I'm gonna give this to my healer. Why can't... Let me ask you a question. Honest question for chat, actually. Because I'm not so locked in right now, so we can chat. All right? Listen. Why do melee players... Why can't they sit still? Why can't they ever just do their rotation and not dance? And not, like, zoom across the room? What is it? Why do they have to always be, like, running around? What is it about the melee brain? We're going to let him drink and get full mana after this. That's what I want to know. Yeah? They do more damage the more they move. That makes sense to me. That checks out, because as far as the way I've seen them play, that's what makes sense to me. But you don't have to match my movements. In fact, oftentimes you don't want to be stacked on me. Only sometimes. In fact, like the next pull, the big guys cleave. I said this last time too, but it's really important if you didn't know this. If you're a melee player, do not be on the tank on the next pull. Because the big voidstones, we're not skipping it. The big voidstones, they cleave within 3 yards. So if you're pixel stacked on me, then you will actually... Alright, with 12 minutes going downstairs, basically, we're fine. Cannot lose the timer still. Alright? Cannot lose the... Okay, alright, here we go. Here we go. Alright, here we go. We're going to gather this. We're going to go through. Make sure I have a stack of iron fur by the time I get here. And then bam, we're going to go here. I'm going to make sure I don't get one-tapped. Right? I can hold this for just a second. Oh, my rep pally burst immediately. That's okay. He didn't give me a second for aggro, but I'll take it back. I'll take it back. He bopped himself. I needed like 2 seconds to settle it. No, it was just like 1 second. 1 second. So I do big damn, but I did need a second before he immediately sent. Oh, as a talent proc, he says. Okay, he's listening to stream. I get it. I get it. I see what happened there. I gotta say, the more 15s I do, though, the more chill I'm gonna get with them. Which is a problem, because, by the way, I will die. I don't want to pretend like I'm not gonna die. Like, I will absolutely get giga clapped if I'm not paying attention, right? There are a lot of procs this season. That's true. Even my procs. Like this key, I've gotten very poor procs, actually. The amounts of procs I've gotten this key is just like RNG based, but it's just literally so much lower than before. Okay, we can chain this. I'm going to push a bit. We don't need to wait. My Assassination Rogue does not gain a ton of damage by not chaining that right there. Like, that's still a worthwhile chain there. And then I think we chain the rest of this as well. That was a tier set proc right there. Fairly good value. But my overall damage is actually fairly variable based on tier set procs, which I do not like. Because sometimes you get, like, a ton of good procs at the exact time you want it, and sometimes you get terrible, right? As a solo defensive? No, you use it as a defensive. On this next boss, you'll see me use it, but it's not that big of a defensive. So if I think that something will still one-tap me, I send it for damage most of the time. There's only very rarely will I, save it for a defensive. I have to have a very specific reason why I'm doing that. Let's bark this and save Incarn for 2 seconds. Cool. We can chain this in. We're definitely not waiting for Assassination Rogue free stealth here. I'm sorry. We fight these civilians over here so that on the next pull, they do not buff the big guy. A rage I just send for damage, kind of. I have a question about the tier set, which I asked in the Guardian Druid Discord today, and I actually did not get a response. Like, apparently people did not know. Yeah. It's going well, Yorman. Look at me, look at it. We're going to time this now, right? We can't lose from here. Okay. We chain in here, and we go this way. We make sure that they fight over here, so that this extraction, he does not get giga buffed. Okay, we bark now. Going pretty good. Top 3 tanks for M+. Ooh, I mean, look, I'm a bear enjoyer, right? Don't get me wrong. I fucking love bear. Really, just Guardian Druid is my heart. I've been playing the spec forever, and I never get bored of it. I always have a good time on it. I love bear, okay? Right? So this is my favorite. However, VDH is better. I'm not gonna lie, VDH is just straight up, you can't go wrong with VDH. That's the top tank right now. Unless they nerf it just a little bit more. It wouldn't take much. It's not as far ahead as it has been in some seasons. Some seasons, it's been, like, really egregiously ahead. Right now, there are other tanks that are playable. So, to be fair, I don't think VDH is, like, oppressively far ahead. Because Bear feels really good. But basically, I feel like VDH, Bear, and I also think that Prot Pally still has its niche. It feels a bit squishy, a little bit healer reliant, but ultimately is still a good spec. Prot Warrior would be my other thing. I would say that Brew and DK are behind. Brew and DK are the bottom two. So you can replace Prot Pally with Prot Warrior depending on the key. Re-stealth, 3, 2, 1, go. So, yeah, like, for example, I didn't send Rage there for a DR. I sent it for a damage amp. Because I'm just trying to min-max my damage a little bit. Instead of holding the Rage there, I just sent it with damage. But there are times I will hold Rage, but I have to have a very... Like, this boss is a good example, actually, of Rage plus Lunar, I live. No Rage, no Lunar, but nothing, I die. Like, this will one-shot me, so I just have to be aware of that. Okay, watch the phasing timing here. We know that this boss can take, like, a while. So we have to be a little bit aware here. He's going to phase and do this dot at the same time. It's a little rough. But we have had 0 deaths this run. Like, we could not have sped this up. I even let the rogue re-stealth. So whatever the timer is here, the only way we could have sped this up was by doing the adaptation of routing and actually letting and skipping the first voidstone with the parasol. Yeah, that's true. Every tank can do 10s, even 12s, even 12s. Every tank can do that. No problem. Right? Drink. 6 minutes is fine. Right? Oh, we pulled it. We pulled it. Okay. It's fine. So Lunar Beam is fine. I Frenzied Regen. If I have at least one button up, I will not get one tap by this. Cool? I just need one button. That's the key here. Just one button. So I'm going to have Bark for the next one. I'm going to watch my health. I have Bark. I do not get one tapped here. I just let my Well-Honed Instincts proc, and that's fine. Cool? If I manage this perfectly, I can actually do this boss with basically 0 external healing required. Right? This is Lunar Beam and a Frenzied. And then I have another Frenzied after this, plus Incarn. Or I could just send Incarn. Right? I'm only going to get 2 more Incarns with this timer. So I can hold it for a second just to min-max it. Right? This is Incarn here. I do have very high ping. This whole key I've been playing with 250 plus ping. So it's a little bit sketchy for me. Nice tier set proc. Okay. I'm going to go over here so I can innervate my healer. He will have to min-max his mana, this key. There you go. I'll innervate him on this phase with Lust. I'll even press Rage here because I don't need it. I can just send it. Are you using the down? I'm using Haste Flask. My haste is a little bit low, so if I could... I need a different ring, basically. I haven't found the exact ring that I want. So I need a better ring, basically. Okay, pretty good burn there. 66%, pretty solid. That's good. Okay, so I know I'm going to Bark, and then I'm going to hit Frenzied Regen. Now I can do that one more time. I have a lunar beam plus a frenzied regen on the next one. And I have to just watch my health here, because this is the tight one a little bit. Boom. Frenzied regen. I am using double crit embellishment, actually. This timer is going to be very tight, actually. This one is SI. This is the SI. And no frenzied regen. And maybe I just kind of getting it in range of my healer if he can reach me. Nice. I just kind of move a little bit so he can place atonement on me real fast. And if I can just settle in with the atonement here, then we're fine. We're going to get a damage amp right now. Yes, correct. Good. I'll do as much damage as I can. I'll do everything that I can to do as much damage as I can. You can sidestep the frontal indeed. But I do not... I just want to stay in melee and do as much damage as I can. Right? It's Demon Hunter makes that a lot easier. I can totally roar and do it, but I haven't felt the need to yet. I'm only going to get one more Heart of the Wild. I might as well save it, actually. I might as well save it. This is Incarn here for damage. I think I can Heart of the Wild in my Incarn. Would be the best bet. Because I'm going to get one more Incarn at the very end. If it does go there, I get one more Incarn at the very end. Incarn is fine here. Frenzied Regen. Right? Here we go. Yeah, Demon Hunter makes that a lot easier. You can dodge the beam. I just haven't had any experience doing that yet. And I don't want to experiment when I don't need to. Okay, this one is just going to be a Bark plus Frenzied. Okay, we broke all of them. We're good. We're okay now, but like I said, we're going to get 2 more shields. We do need to actually burn this boss in time for that. Oh, I didn't know if that was going to go off or not. And I did have to I just sent the Rage plus a Frenzied. Okay, I'm going to do as much damage as I can because we only got 2 more shields. We had basically 6 minutes for this boss. It should be enough, right? Yeah. If you're out of melee range for too long, you will have a problem. We're fine. We have 1 more shield. We can do this. We can do that health in 1 shield. 1 shield is fine. It is wild that we are still this close, though. I can innervate my healer real fast and get back to my spot. We can Lunar, right? I have a little Dispree shield on me, so I'll just hold his Bark for the next one. There you go. There we go. As long as we make no mistakes right now, we're fine. It's very wild that the timer is this close, though. All right, this is Bark. And then the Frenzied. And then I'm back to Incarn. I get 1 more Incarn as planned. And then I'll be able to fill this next one with just a Lunar Beam and a Rage if I wanted to. Cool. I got a little Dispree shield too. I can do this as well. I can Health Potion here because I know I have Incarn coming back. We just need to get to the next shield. I can press my Incarn right now. Do a little bit of off healing as well. With Vigil. Here we go. Okay. No problems. No problems. We just have to kill it on this next shield. That's fine. 15% in 1 shield. We have Wings up right now. We have the King's Bane. We don't have Deathmark. We have the Combust. We have enough for this. It's 100% dead on this next. Okay? It's dead here. Right now. Right now. This is where we kill the boss. Okay? We have to kill it in the shield, though. There's no... It's fine, though. We cannot lose. We have Combust into this. We have Wings. It's dead. Okay. Now, I'm not going to lie. That timer, suspiciously close. Nope, it's dead. GG's. 1 death would have cost that. GG's. That timer was really close. That was a surprisingly close.